Well, let's get you ready for the boys contest, the second game of our doubleheader non-conference matchup this evening, but a matchup of two top 5 Class AA teams as the Brandon Valley Lynx make the road trip across the state to take on the Spearfish Spartans. Thanks so much for joining us tonight here on KDSJ 980 AM, 103.5 FM, KDSJ980.com with the Listen Live link and the audio stream, as well as with the KDSJ Sports mobile app. And thanks for coming on board tonight on KDSJ-TV through our YouTube channel. As we start to lay the foundation for this matchup between the Lynx and the Spartans, the Brandon Valley Lynx boys team is ranked number 3 in the state. They were 18-6 last year. They finished in second place at the state tournament, losing in the championship game by 1 point to the eventual state champion Mitchell Colonels. They're off to another good start this year. They're 5-1 on the season, but they haven't played in a week. Their last game was last Friday, January 10th, when they held the Brookings Bobcats to just 19 points, beating them by 40, 59-19. Brandon Valley hasn't won a game yet, or Brookings hasn't won a game yet this year. But Brandon Valley getting the victory there, and they have won 4 games in a row. They're 5-1 on the season. Head coach of the Brandon Valley Lynx is, we don't have that with us because they put the Rapid City Christian roster on our sheet that we did get from the front desk. So we are not playing Rapid City Christian because they're a very good team as well. And the head coach of Brandon Valley is in the locker room anyway with his team. So we'll talk more about that in our starting lineups as we get set for this one. Brandon Valley taking on Spearfish. The Spartans are coming off an overtime victory over the Hill City Rangers. Spearfish, one of only 2 undefeated teams in Class AA boys hoops. And we hear from their head coach, Ben Schultz, next as we continue to lay the foundation, being brought to you by Heiserling Concrete.
Repair has built their reputation by offering the highest quality, guaranteed repairs in the area. Satisfied customers return again and again for everything from collision repair to custom paint, glass and windshield, and the best hail repair in the region. They're preferred by most insurance companies and work with all of them. Jake's Collision Repair of Spearfish and Sturgis. Give them a Google today for the best repair on your vehicle, guaranteed.
For KDSJ Local Sports, this is Clayson Davis with you reporting as it's our Jake's Collision Repair countdown to tip-off right here with the boys varsity matchup between Spearfish and Brandon Valley. I am now joined by head coach of the Spearfish Spartans, head coach Ben Schultz. Thank you for joining us once again.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So before we dive into Brandon Valley and this weekend, talk about last week and that thrilling overtime win versus Hill City, and what did the boys do to really push you guys over the hump and beat the Rangers?
Yeah, that was a really good road win for us, especially in the Black Hills Conference and also in the PowerPoint seeding. That's a team that's going to be well above 500 this year, so that was a crucial win for us. And my message to the boys all week was, this Hill City team, they're senior led and they're really gritty. They're really competitive. They might get down 10, 15, but they're never out of it with how hard they play. And then also some extremely good guard play from the perimeter with 2 guards in particular that can knock down really tough shots. And when they see one go through, they can score in bunches, which we saw in that second half. But late we were down 4 with 2 minutes to go, and found a way to stack up stops on the defensive end, and then understanding that our outside shot's not falling. So let's get to the block. Let's get on the offensive glass and find a way to score that way. In the overtime, it was a gritty way to push it to overtime, and then our mindset switched in that overtime period, and understood that we survived, and now we need to execute at a high level. Now we need to keep stacking stops and in order to go steal this game.
As you guys are now 3-0 versus Class A Black Hills Conference opponents, how important is it to win those Class A games when you guys are in Class AA and trying to get a SODAC 16 spot?
Yeah, with if we're going to host, we have to win those games, especially with the 2-point deduction that we get playing A schools. So anytime we lose those games, it hurts a lot more compared to losing AA games. So in the power seeding, it's crucial for us to, make sure that we have a tremendous amount of focus going into those Black Hills Conference opponents, especially the A schools.
Talk about the performance of your senior Dylan Doran, as he seemed to put the team on his back in that win versus Hill City, as he's been playing some of his best basketball as of late.
Yeah, Dylan he's just gritty. There's things that he does out on the court that you just kind of scratch your head at of like, how does that work? But he has a motor that doesn't stop. He's extremely physical, very gifted athlete. Nice touch around the rim. His 3-point hasn't been falling of late, but he's a very capable 3-point shooter as well. So once he gets that going, which we expect him to do soon, it's really going to take his game to that next level even more. So, but he's a big senior leader for us. He's a captain, and it's just Dylan doing Dylan things. I've seen him do this since he's been a sophomore for us, and it's just cool to see him reap the benefits from the weight room. We reap the benefits from a focused mindset, and couldn't be happier for him.
As head coach Ben Schultz joins us with our Jake's Collision Repair countdown to tip-off. Any injuries to report for this week, and how did this week's worth of practice go for your basketball team?
No injuries, all healthy, knock on wood, going into this weekend. But yeah, our practices this week have been excellent. We're a hungry team, and that's something that I'm really proud of this group for. Is we can get inflated egos with a 6-0 start, but I haven't seen that. If anything, they're more hungry and they're more focused. So really excited to match up with some of the best teams in the state and see how we can compare.
You got two top 5 ranked teams coming into Spearfish this weekend, Brandon Valley and Harrisburg. First, talking about Brandon Valley, your old high school alma mater as well. What does Brandon Valley do well on film that you need to prepare for this weekend?
Brandon's program, what I see that really separates them is they don't beat themselves. They hold you to one shot of possession. They take care of the ball. They hit their free throws. And it just forces opponents to be really good in order to beat them. Very similar to like an STM. Brandon executes at a high level. They know who they are. They know what their identity is as a team. They execute their roles extremely well, and they're unselfish. So that type of mindset or that type of team, year to year, they're going to have success. So that's what I see that really sticks out with Brandon Valley.
As you look on film on Brandon Valley, they have some decent height, a lot of 6'3", 6'2" guards and forwards, and then you got the two bigs with Mason Enos and Grant Hennon at 6'5" apiece, seniors. What do you have to do to kind of combat the good guard play at Brandon Valley and also to guard the two bigs down low?
Yeah, I think this game is going to be one on the glass. Brandon, their wings, even at the 6'2", 6'3" wings, extremely athletic, and a lot of them are capable of playing above the rim. So we have to be really physical on the glass, and especially the block too. We talked about Bashar, his role for us this year, and his role right now is bringing a lot of physicality on that block, so that we can compete and not just give them easy buckets consistently. So us being able to challenge them, to make their open shots and just hold them to that one shot of possession is going to be crucial. And then, also we have to take care of the ball. They have a guard, Landon Delaney, who's averaging close to 4 steals a game. Extremely athletic. He's a Division I football player. He led them as point guard last year on their state tournament team, state championship. They fell short to Mitchell, but we're in the state championship, and he's a huge reason for that. So we have to be prepared for those matchups, and we got to be prepared for a really physical game.
And finally, Coach, I know you talked on this a little bit, but what are your keys to a win versus Brandon Valley? Yeah,
like I said, we have to win the glass and we have to win the turnover battle. And when we get those possessions on the offensive end, we got to do something with them. We can't expect to just take bad shots and live there and survive there. We got to get to the free throw line. We got to have inside-out basketball, and we got to make them pay when they make mistakes.
Awesome. Well, Coach, thank you for all your valuable insight into the Spearfish Spartans. Good luck this weekend. We look forward to watching some great Class AA boys basketball this weekend.
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is everywhere you need us to be. On the sidelines, supporting our local athletes, at our clinic locations throughout the region, and at our Ortho Express walk-in clinic when you don't have time to wait. We're here when you need us, working as a team to make your comeback stronger than ever. Getting stronger, getting better, getting you back to your best self. The life of an athlete has its uncertainties, wins and losses, injury and recovery. In the Black Hills area, athletes can always count on Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, here for whatever moves you.
And thanks to Clayson Davis with that interview with head coach Ben Schultz of the Spearfish Spartans. Used to be assistant coach with the Brandon Valley Lynx program, so he knows this team very well. They lost to Brandon Valley last year in the Sodak 16, so trying to pull off the win tonight at home as third-ranked Brandon Valley takes on fifth-ranked Spearfish. As it sounds familiar, that's the same rankings as the girls had tonight. And it's time now for our starting lineups, being brought to you this evening by Dana Dental Arts, where they can let our family care for your family. And that's Dana Dental Arts as they bring us the starting lineups. And here's Clayson Davis with more details on that.
Yeah, starting for the Brandon Valley Lynx, they'll go like this. Wearing number 3, that's Mock Mann. He's a senior forward at 6'3". Number 5, that's Landon Delaney. He's a senior guard at 6'2". Number 10, that is Briggs Knutson, a junior guard at 5'9". Number 24, that is Braden Miller, senior guard at 6 foot tall. And then Grant Hennon, he is a senior center at big 6'5". Head coach of the Brandon Valley Lynx is Craig Nelson.
And now let's learn more about the Spearfish Spartans starting 5. And our starting lineups, they deserve another mention. Being brought to you by Dana Dental Arts in Spearfish. Let our family care for your family. And tonight's starters for the Spearfish Spartans, they'll be led off by number 0, a junior guard at 6 foot, averaging 11 points and 4 rebounds a game, is Bennett Corton. Getting the start also is number 1. We heard he's kind of a man-child. Dylan Doran is a senior forward at 6'3". He took over that overtime session last week against Hill City. Dylan is averaging 13 points and 7 rebounds per game. Getting the start is Cameron Davis. I'm looking forward to him having a good game tonight. A junior guard at 6'2", averaging 8 points and 4 rebounds a game. Haroon Khan is averaging 7 points, 2 rebounds a contest. Khan is a senior guard at 6 foot. And rounding out the starting 5, the big man in the middle, Ashar Hodges, averaging 3 rebounds a game. He's a junior center at 6'5". So after the Brandon Valley Lynx with 4 seniors and 1 junior in the starting lineup, the Spartans will go with junior, senior, junior, senior, junior. So a pair of seniors and 3 juniors in the lineup for Spearfish under head coach Ben Schultz in his 3rd season as head coach of the Spartans. He is assisted by Michael Yost, Sava Dukic, and Jackson Houston. That is our starting lineups being brought to you by Dana Dental Arts in Spearfish. These teams in Class AA, the number 1 team in the state. It's been up and down the last couple weeks. It was Mitchell to begin the season as they defeated Brandon Valley in last year's state championship. Lincoln is your new number 1, the only other undefeated team in the state other than Spearfish. Then Mitchell is number 2, Brandon Valley 3rd. We'll see Harrisburg, they're number 4 tomorrow, and Spearfish is ranked number 5. As we get ready to get it on here, about an hour behind schedule on this Friday night. But everybody's safe and sound and warm inside as we get ready to tip things off, as getting the jump will be 6'3" against 6'5", and Brandon Valley gets the tip as Mann tips it back to his teammate And now Brandon Valley with the basketball. In their first set of the game, they go down low up against Doran, and laying it up and in is Mock. And Mann gets his first 2 points, so we get him down into the scorebook. The 6'3" center. Nice move inside. And Spearfish find themselves down 2-0, but they have their first possession here. Here's Cameron Davis, my pick to be the standout tonight. Don't let me down. Here's a three-pointer by Bennett Corton. No good. Rebounded by Dylan Doran. Pump fake inside. He gets fouled, and he'll be to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
Yep, that is the story of the game with Dylan Doran. He is athletic as all get out. As again, he just picks up rebounds. Only 6'3", but can jump out of the gym. Strong athlete as well. As this is one aspect of his game that he has struggled with, and that is from behind the charity stripe. He gets to the free throw line a lot, just has a hard time converting sometimes, as Doran missed his first one. But now we have a stoppage and play underneath. I think they're having the bigs on the inside make sure they quit the hand fighting. But Doran here in the second free throw. That's up. Rattles off, no good. Doran 0 for 2 from the free throw line, and Spearfish comes up empty with their first possession.
Live for the broadcast booth, brought to you by Monument Health tonight. I'm Cody Oliver, along with Clayson Davis over at KDSJ-TV. We have the broadcast on all sorts of platforms. 980 AM, 103.5 FM, KDSJ980.com. Click on our website, and there's a Listen Live link there. KDSJ Sports mobile app is free to download, easy to download, connected to your smart devices, and you're also just a couple of clicks away from KDSJ-TV on YouTube. And that's where you can watch the game. Otherwise, we will try to paint you the picture on the radio side of things. Here is Cameron Davis for three, up and no good. As that one hit the front of the rim, back of the rim, and out. 2-0. Brandon Valley leads it on a bucket by Mayan.
Yeah, right now Spearfish having a few opportunities to shoot, just haven't had anything to fall yet. At very physical play underneath as Mock Man going up against Dylan Doran, and then on the other side of the two bigs, Hennon and Ashar Hodges going at one another too, both at 6'5", both big kids on the inside. As there's a block over there by Bennett Corton on the Spearfish side for defense, and let's see if that will turn into some points. Haroon Khan, corner three, no good. Haroon Khan, someone else who can get rolling early as well. As now we'll see Brandon Valley go baseline. There's a run into Hennon. He can't quite get the bucket to go. Mock Man misses the putback, and Bennett Corton with the rebound. We are rolling here in Spearfish. Up floor, Cameron Davis. Davis, short jumper, no good. And I think we got a foul on Ashar Hodges as he shoves Grant Hennon to the floor.
That will be the first team foul on Spearfish, and Hodges' first personal. There was one foul on the Lynx. That is on Mayan. So about 2 minutes gone by. Brandon Valley up 2-0. And Miller with the basketball, picks up his dribble. Comes over here to the side to Delaney, good athlete. Dribbles between his legs. Now goes over to Knudsen, back to Delaney. Back to Knudsen, they play catch. Once again, pump fake, nothing there. They go to the big man down low, and he misses the layup. But there's a reason for that, as Bennett Corton said, you are not going to get an easy layup. And there's a foul called on Spearfish.
Yeah, that was a mismatch down low, as we had 6'3" Mock Man on Bennett Corton, who's only 6 feet tall. But man, tall, lengthy kid, has long arms, long legs. He can move his body around defenders with just one step, as he's going to be a matchup nightmare for Spearfish against their smaller squad. They had Dylan Doran on him here in the first few moments of the game, and Bennett Corton had the unlucky draw of going up against Mayan, and Mayan converting on the first free throw. But Bennett Corton not going to allow Brandon Valley to get easy points underneath. If you're going to foul, make it worthwhile.
He hit the first one, missed the second one, so he has all three of Brandon Valley's points. 3-0. These two teams met up twice last year, with Brandon Valley getting a victory in both of them, including the Sodak 16, as Brandon Valley punched their ticket to state and sent Spearfish packing. That pass will be over the head of everybody and out of bounds, but deflected and last touched actually by Spearfish, as we say thanks to Jake's Collision Repair with the location right here in Spearfish and also over in Sturgis Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and thanks to Heiserling Concrete. They brought us our Laying the Foundation segment, where we heard from the Spartans head coach, Ben Schultz. And a three-pointer up is going to be short. No good by the Brandon Valley Lynx. Offensive rebound goes over to Zur. Another bounce pass over to Dowd. They do pass the ball well, but they also travel. So a walk called on the Lynx. Spearfish will send Haroon Khan to the bench. And the first man off the bench today, I'm going to guess, is Vavruska.
Well, you'd guess correct. As Cade Vavruska in the game now. Brandon Valley also making a few substitutions. As Lincoln McInerney, I believe is how you pronounce that name. McInerney. He's in the game now for Brandon Valley. And also in the game, Aiden Zur. As a missed opportunity for Spearfish as Bennett Corton layup no good. He couldn't get the foul. Now Brandon Valley already up 3-0. And Brandon Valley trying to drive through the paint. There's Zur, nice little move. Goes up and under Cade Vavruska and getting the foul.
So Zur gets the bucket to go. Brandon Valley out to a 5-0 start here. Spearfish has not scored in the first 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Spearfish does have some bench players that we've seen throughout the year. Mason Southern has really played well this year, the sophomore guard. We've seen minutes from Thomas Hughes, the quarterback on the football team. Cade Vavruska makes the first appearance here for Spearfish off the bench today. The sharpshooting sophomore. We'll see if he can get some threes to go. Tucker Olson probably had his best game of the year last Thursday at Hill City.
Yeah, Tucker Olson, he was like he can do it all. As head coach Ben Schultz says in our preseason interview, he's a glue guy. He does everything. Plays good defense. He's a solid shooter. Great ball movement. He has great court awareness. He can just do everything for Spearfish. And again, yeah, he had a great game versus Hill City. Look to have his playing time go up more as we go through this season. And of course, you got Cooper Gibbs and Mason Southern from the bench. We've seen those two make their magic together as well. And especially with this big, physical, and fast Brandon Valley team here in Spearfish tonight. Looked for Spearfish to go to their bench early to keep kids fresh, especially if some get into foul trouble, especially down low with Cooper Gibbs subbing in for Ashar Hodges, who right now going up against Austin Dowd, a sophomore center at 6'4". Could be a mismatch Spearfish could go to.
So right now over at the scores table, the power went off over there, the scores table, so that takes out our scoreboard and the other Daktronics board. So might be something with the microphone as well as I hear some popping. So they're going to work on some electrical things over there. And that gives us a break. So we will take, we'll just keep it conservative, a 30-second timeout, and we'll be back with more right here on KDSJ Sports.
No matter what life throws in your direction, Dana Dental Arts and Spearfish reminds you to make you and your family's dental health a top priority. Putting off small problems now can lead to big ones later. We are small enough to feel like family, but big enough to bring you the latest technology. Before your lives get too hectic with school, sports, and other extracurricular activities, schedule a comprehensive exam now. We love our patients. Celebrating 50 years of dentistry in Spearfish.
Let our family care for your family.
And Lord said, let there be light and electricity. 5-0 is the score. They have 3-0 on the scoreboard, so the referees are over there to make sure that we're all on the same page. I think we have time for a matchup menu tonight, being brought to you by Beef Logic. Here's Clayson Davis with some other matchups tonight.
We'll see what's going on across the state, as I believe this could very well be the only boys basketball game going on right now in the state of South Dakota. But from the Newell Austin Auditorium, Faith beat Newell in the consolidation bracket of the West River Tournament. Also some other boys basketball action. Benton County beating Phillip 53-43 in Class AA action. Rapid City Central leading Sturgis 42-25. It was Watertown over Yankton in a close one, 56-54. Area over Sioux Falls Roosevelt 50-32. It was Washington over Jefferson, a 65-62. Number one Lincoln over Huron. A good Huron team by 10 points, 71-61 as well.
And the only thing we missed was a missed three-pointer by Vavruska. So we're back to action here. It is 5-0. Brandon Valley in front of Spearfish. Loose ball on the floor. Hot potato goes to Dylan Doran. Doran over to Bennett Corton as they try to get things settled down. Corton into the paint and blocking that shot. He says, get out of here, is Dowd with the block. Spearfish is going to struggle, I think, against this size of Brandon Valley tonight. Austin Dowd, a sophomore center, but he's 6'4". And now they bring back another of their post players. That's Mock Mayan. He comes back in. He's 6'3", plays bigger and longer than that. And now it'll be Corton looking to get it over to Davis. We need quick passes. They get him. Here's Doran. The Hodges doesn't shoot very often, but the big man shoots. And he says, give me the ball more. Hodges with the bucket. Spearfish is finally on the board. It took him over 4 minutes to do it. And then answered back at the other end was Knutson for the triple.
Back-to-back scoring as Knutson there with the big three, as Spearfish finally able to get a bucket, but Brandon Valley showing that they're perfectly capable of shooting the three as well. See if Knutson gets hot. If someone from Spearfish can get hot from behind the arc, it can really open up the offense.
Doran gets it off to Davis. Davis in the lane. He has to pump fake, and somehow he gets it to go. Cameron Davis with 2 points, and it's now 8-4. He's going to earn every point that he gets there in the paint. Rebounded by Davis. And there's the outlet over to the point guard, Bennett Corton. And we'll see if Corton can show off his speed at times tonight. Right now, Spearfish slowed it down, though, in a half-court set as they hand it off to Davis. Let's see, man-to-man defense being played here by Brandon Valley. Three-pointer by Corton. That's up and does not hit anything but the glass. And at the other end, it's a layup in transition by Knutson.
Yeah, Brandon Valley, once they see the shot go up, they have 4 kids going to go box out. One is headed to the other side of the court as a little cherry picking from Brandon Valley. See if Spearfish can respond, as that's what got the girls in trouble as well, as down the inside, Ashar Hodges took a little too many steps on the jump stop. As it's a 4-10 ball game after that, Ashar Hodges travel. But Spearfish, for the most part, they've been able to play good defense. It's just been a few transition points that's gotten Brandon Valley up to a 6-point lead. Spearfish has just been cold from shooting, especially from behind the arc. Bennett Corton has struggled to get anything going. As now Cooper Gibbs into the game, going up against Brandon Valley. Shot no good, and now there's Mayan with a putback. He misses it. Putback by Brandon Valley, still no good, and Dylan Doran finally controls the rebound, dribbles through traffic, and we are back on offense with Spearfish. Mason Southern, three-pointer. No one has hit rim. Bennett Corton, putback no good. Corton battling for the rebound. Spearfish has not given up on the board. Here comes Dylan Doran, three-pointer, money! That was needed from Spearfish. And Dylan Doran with a big three to get Spearfish 2 within 3.
10-7, Brandon Valley has struggled underneath. You would think with their size that they could just pretty much go up and dunk it, but they're leaving a lot of these shots short, and Spearfish is getting a hand on it. This one will go out of bounds. Brandon Valley will inbound it underneath their own basket. We got 1:40 left to go, first quarter, 10-7, Brandon Valley. Here's maybe a three I thought would double the score. Inside, they go to Mann. He misses another layup, another missed layup, and a rebound by Spearfish. So the field goal percentage is plummeting for the Brandon Valley Lynx as they miss some bunnies down low. Spearfish trying to answer. Here's Vavruska, takes his man baseline and lays it up and in for 2.
Cade Vavruska taking baseline, using his size to get behind the defense, and then on the other side, big three-pointer from Brandon Valley's Braden Miller to put the Lynx back up by 4.
I'm trying to catch up on the stats. Brandon Valley's Miller with a 3, is that correct? 13-9 as Dylan Doran has it. The pass out to Cade Vavruska. Back-to-back threes for the sophomore sharpshooter. And it's 13-12. Three-pointers can certainly help you out as they're within 1 now, 13-12. Earlier tonight, the Brandon Valley girls won 76-61, a 15-point win for the third-ranked Lady Lynx, winning their 7th in a row. Bad pass and it's taken here by Spearfish. Now we're in a track meet. Here's Corton, back out, Dylan Doran for three. He gets it blocked by Mayan. Loose ball, Spearfish trying to get it. Here's Cooper Gibbs. Gibbs goes up with it, missed it. And rebounded here by Brandon Valley with 15 seconds left to play, first quarter. Three-pointer not going to be attempted there by Brandon Valley. The little floater is up and good by Miller. Now 5 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Here's Corton, step back three at the buzzer, no good. It was a slow start for both of these teams, but then we got our motors running and like going outside to warm up your vehicle. It's going to take a little bit to get going tonight, in Brandon Valley with a 3-point lead after one.
Yeah, as it was really slow, really methodical to start the game, and then the fireworks really started to go. When the power turned on, the excitement turned on as well, as three-pointers from Spearfish, from Cade Vavruska, Dylan Doran getting Spearfish back into the game scoring. On the other side, Braden Miller getting into the score column. Mock Mayans causing all sorts of havoc for Brandon Valley. Could be in for a very interesting and fun contest here, as it's about 9:15 Mountain Time here. So if you're staying up late watching and listening to some high school basketball, I think we got a good one to keep you guys awake.
And this is the second game of our doubleheader tonight. We'll have more action from the Spearfish High School gym right after this 30-second timeout.
You see them everywhere. That's because Heinzerling Concrete of Spearfish is the most trusted name for everything from driveways, sidewalks, decorative stamp patios, and of course, foundations. Heinzerling Concrete is proud to support the activities that help our area youth build their foundation for future success. Whatever the job, Heinzerling Concrete is the name you can trust. Google Heinzerling Concrete in Spearfish or call 210-2320.
Back to action here by the Spearfish Spartans and the Brandon Valley Lynx. I think Spearfish has got to be in attack mode here to start off this second quarter. I think they have the momentum here, down 15-12, but a three-pointer away from tying this game up. Brandon Valley has missed a lot of bunnies underneath. Even with their size, they've just not been able to get the shots to go. Brandon Valley feeds it down to Mayan. He got the scoring started in the game. He gets the scoring started in the second quarter as well, as they now up by 5, 17-12.
Yeah, Mayan just using his long arms to kind of block out Cameron Davis down on the block, using his length to his advantage, as now we got a foul on defense foul on Grant Hannon.
I saw that coming around the screen, and the Lynx guy just literally held on to the Spearfish Spartan, so a foul called on Brandon Valley. That's going to be on a number 40, Grant Hennon, picking up his first. As we reset the foul count here in the second quarter, it's the first foul for either team. Southern loses the ball but gets it back. Cade Vavruska, no good, almost shot that for McDonald's. 17-12, Brandon Valley up by 5. Now they're looking to push the floor. They feed it inside. This is Hennon, now to the elbow. Getting into the passing lane, then Brandon Valley for three. It looks on, but it's missed. Another rebound missed. Another shot missed. And it's going to be a foul called on Spearfish, as they were just like jumping up and down like a polo stick there. And this will be a foul called on Spearfish. This will be on Davis, his first, team foul number 1.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle for the rebounds the entire night, as you got 6'3" Mock Mayan, whose arms might be probably closer to around the 6'5" range as far as wingspan, and you got Cooper Gibbs on the inside as well, who's an athletic young kid as well. Ashar Hodges comes back into the game. You also Grant Hennon as well. Mason Enos just entered the game as well. Senior center at 6'5" himself for Brandon Valley. It is going to be a bar fight underneath for rebounds.
And Mayan makes both free throws. As let's see who's out there for the Spearfish Spartans. Dylan Doran, Mason Southern, Corton, Hodges, and Davis. Here's a three-pointer by Southern. That's going to be no good. Mason Southern, a sophomore guard coming in off the bench here this evening. 19-12, Brandon Valley with the advantage. Here is Zur goes into man. His shot is left short again. Rebounded underneath there by Bennett Corton. To Southern, who hands it off to Cameron Davis. Davis, couple bounces into the lane. He loses the ball. Now here comes Brandon Valley trying to get it under control is Ennis. Now outside, three-pointer on the way. That's off the rim, no good. And ball goes out of bounds. It'll be last touch by Spearfish. Say thanks to more of our sponsors, including Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, as we bring the game to you from the Monument Health broadcast booth. Also thanks to Beef Logic with our matchup menu. Diving into this matchup a little bit for these Class AA teams. And the seeding points, Brandon Valley is third. Spearfish is technically sixth at 6-0. Brandon Valley averaging 55 points per game. Spearfish averaging 60. But it's a 7-point lead right now for Brandon Valley in the second quarter. Nice backdoor cut there by Brandon Valley, but we're going to have a jump ball. And the possession arrow will point to the Lynx. Some more of the stats here. Brandon Valley is 3-0 on the road this year. 2-0 against teams that have a winning record. They're giving up about 42 points per game, so usually winning by about 13 points a game. Turning around, Dylan Doran with a nice block, but keeping the possession alive and open for a three-pointer is Brandon Valley, no good. Here is Dylan Doran trying to get his defender off of him. Dylan Doran taking it all the way in, and he scores. That's just a man-child growing up in front of us as he took it all the way. It all started with getting his defender off of him, and it lays up and in for two, 19-14.
Yeah, Dylan Doran, he's just that athletic. And Brandon Valley with another turnover. Great defense put on by Ashar Hodges. As I think head coach Ben Schultz was super excited when Ashar moved up to the varsity ranks, as he finally has some size to go up with the rest of Class AA, and that'll be a big advantage as Haroon Khan misses a three. Spearfish, after starting off hot from behind the three, they have really cooled down.
Going to be a foul called here in transition as the layup is missed by Brandon Valley, and a couple of free throws coming up here for the Brandon Valley Lynx. Under head coach Craig Nelson, we did find out who the head coach over there was. It's not Kyle Courtney, head coach of the Rapid City Christian Comets, who they had the roster for them here. Head coach of the Spartans, Ben Schultz, his third season at the helm here for Spearfish. It's flown by as he came over from Brandon Valley.
Yeah, we talked with him this Wednesday on our From the Bench podcast, talked a little bit about playing Brandon Valley. He said he loved where he grew up. He loved being a part of the program. He said some of the kids here on the Brandon Valley bench, he remember coaching in AAU. So he said he's getting old enough now that some of those kids are going through the program. So he's like, okay, I don't have to be as big a fan for them anymore.
Dylan Doran with some blood on his shirt, so he will not be wearing number 1 anymore. He steals somebody's jersey, and he will now be number 13 for a while. So Dylan Doran, number 13. Whose jersey did he steal? Probably some JV kid.
He might have just grabbed one from the locker real quick.
As he gets checked in, they make sure they got everything over there at the scores table correct. And second free throw is good. Both made by Delaney. Spearfish, 6-0 in the season, 3-0 at home, 1-0 against teams that are above 500, averaging about 60 points per game, giving up 42, coming off of an overtime victory that they earned down at Hill City. Here is Corton over to Hahn. And this one is blocked out of bounds. Khan had that one just too soft up in the air, and it was SWAT party there for Brandon Valley. Vavruska is back in. And the pass inside to Hodges. Let's go. He puts it up, and a little baby hook won't go. Goes out of bounds, and it'll go the other way to the Brandon Valley Lynx.
As Star Hodges, he's just slowly gotten better and better from his post moves down on the block. As he was mainly used as a rebounder early in the season. Then he started added a little baby hook to his arsenal. He can hit the long jumper as well. As Shar is slowly starting to evolve into an all-around basketball player. As now we got a off-the-ball offensive foul on Mock Mahan. The senior forward picks up his second foul.
It was 15-12 in favor of Brandon Valley after the first quarter. It's now 21-14 as we're almost halfway through this fourth quarter, so not a whole lot of scoring by either team, just 6 points for Brandon Valley, 2 for Spearfish. Let's see if we can add to it here real quick as Corton with it. If you're watching on KDSJ-TV, number 13 is Dylan Doran, not wearing his usual number 1. As he has the basketball right now. Pass out to Corton. Corton hands it off to Davis. Davis around a screen. Down to 8 to go on the shot clock. They give it to Corton. Corton loses his footing, has to get rid of it. Puts up the shot, no good. And rebounded by Brandon Valley.
That's stolen away by Corton.
Here is Cameron Davis.
Spearfish, quick hands on defense, forced a lot of turnovers from the Lynx. They just haven't been able to get anything going offensively.
Spearfish hasn't made a free throw yet in the first half. Three-pointer by Doran is no good. So with 3:15 left to go before halftime, the Lynx lead it by 7. Bounce pass. And the inside-out game, this might work. Three-pointer off the rim, no good by Brandon Valley. As a three-pointer missed by Miller. Here comes Corton. Corton. I said against Hot Springs, the young man is just getting better and better as the season goes on. And a turnover on Spearfish. Now it is Dulaney. Dribbling backwards, now makes the pass over here to the side. They feed it inside, and the layup is good by Dowd.
Yeah, Dowd had good position on Ashar Hodges down low in the post play. When you have your defender on one side of your body, throw it to the other side. And right there, no one was guarding the baseline for Spearfish, and it was easy 2 points by Dowd.
It's quick timeout called by the Spearfish Spartans. They're down by 9, 23-14. We'll be back in 30 on KDSJ Sports.
Beef Logic, Inc. is proud to sponsor South Dakota's high school and collegiate athletes this season as they work alongside their partners at the South Dakota Beef Industry Council to deliver the Build Your Base Sports Nutrition Program at local high schools and colleges around the state and the country. Are you looking for a simple, easy-to-follow program that can help you and your family optimize performance both on and off the field of play? Check out buildyourbase.org and learn why beef continues to be the premier protein for athletic performance and recovery.
And back here in Spearfish at the high school gym, second game of our Class AA doubleheader. Brandon Valley girls won earlier tonight, 76-61. Here's Spearfish, one of 2 undefeated teams in Class AA. Gets a reverse layup by Dylan Doran. And now he has 7 points. Spearfish needed a little lift there after the timeout, and they got it as they're within 7, 23-16. Pass inside and off the glass and good by Dowd. Back-to-back hoops for him.
Yeah, Dowd, he's understanding body position as this game goes on. Is the same thing that just happened with Ashar Hodges. He got Cooper Gibbs to one side of his body, went baseline where no one was there, and gets the easy 2 points.
Vavruska's shot is no good as he drove the baseline, put up the shot, and it did not hit rim. Then it went out of bounds. Not a good possession there for Spearfish as they find themselves down by 9. Just like the girls' game, you wanted that game to be about a 5-point game at halftime, not 11 or 12. Same thing here. Here is Dowd. He loses the basketball. Up to Southern. Over to Doran. Back out Southern. Not going to take the 3. Good dribbler as he gets it inside. Here's Cooper Gibbs. Lays it up and in for 2 for the Spearfish Spartans.
Yeah, Cooper Gibbs, he's slowly throughout the year becoming more and more of an offensive weapon for Spearfish as he's your 5 center on the lineup, but he's able to dribble and take a baseline.
That's going to be a 3, and a step-back triple is made by Knudsen. His second three-pointer, he has 8 points. get that lead back up to 10 and double digits for Brandon Valley. Here's Vavruska. They're guarding him pretty nicely. Here is Cameron Davis. And we're going to have an offensive foul away from the ball. And that will be on Dylan Doran, I believe.
I think that'll be his second.
It
Nope,
is
his first.
Third team foul on Spearfish. And we have 37.8 seconds left to play here in the first half. Neither team in any real foul trouble as we go into halftime. I guess 2 fouls on Mayan, the big guy for Brandon Valley. He comes across the three-point arc as they get the ball in between to Dowd. And there's going to be a foul. I'm going to see how this Brandon Valley team is. This school is a good football team. Physical. On the other side of the state, a lot of these calls probably wouldn't be called as they play a lot more physical there. Eastern South Dakota around Sioux Falls. Out here, they just love blowing the whistles. 28-18, Spearfish down by 10. And Brandon Valley gets it in to Mayan. Now he quickly hands it off to Knudsen. Mason Southern catches up to him. Shot clock is turned off. Here's Mayan. Over to McInerney for 3, no good. Saved it to Brandon Valley. The Lynx have it underneath and then they lose it out of bounds. 9 seconds left here in the first half.
That was good defense by Mason Southern, as again that throwback by Cooper Gibbs went straight to a Brandon Valley defender, and they had two players underneath, and they was been wide open if Southern did not knock the ball away.
Gibbs over to three-pointer, no good by Southern. I don't know why he shot that so soon, but now we have the buzzer, and that's the end of the first half. Southern had about 4 seconds left to go in the first half, but maybe he saw an open look and he was going to take it. At halftime, the Brandon Valley Lynx have the advantage over the Spearfish Spartans by 10 points, 28-18 on the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. Your first half recap and a look at some of the scoring for both of these teams when we return for the Wolf's Plumbing and Heating halftime show. We'll do that in a couple minutes.
You just got a quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, you, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Vehicles today are complicated and expensive. The professionals at Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Spearfish are here to guide you through everything automotive. From cars, trucks, and SUVs to parts and repairs, Junix takes the confusion out of automobile ownership. Enjoy the ride with Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Family owned since 1931 on West Jackson in Spearfish.
Whatever the weather, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating keeps you in the comfort zone with expert heating and air conditioning repair or replacement from American Standard Mitsubishi. For over 70 years, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating has delivered quality service to the Northern Hills and Northeast Wyoming. When you need timely, expert service for heating, cooling, or plumbing, call 605-642-5755 or search Wolf's Plumbing and Heating and stay in the comfort zone.
Fisher Sand and Gravel of Spearfish supports community and school athletics. Plus, they support community development with services in and around the Black Hills. Fisher is an aggregate company headquartered in Spearfish with 2 local commercial quarries in Beulah and Newcastle, Wyoming. They sell all sizes of aggregates for commercial and individual projects from a pickup load to thousands of tons. Whatever you need, Fisher Sand and Gravel, proud supporter of all community, college, and high school athletics. Good luck to all teams and athletes competing in today's game.
And back here high atop the Spearfish High School gym, You talk about a mass exodus of the gymnasium here at halftime. The pep band has not returned. They're done. I think half the fans left, so our viewership and our listenership is probably going to be tripled here for the second half of this game. Maybe everybody's just going outside to warm up their vehicles, but nonetheless, we don't have as many fans now as we did 5 minutes ago. At halftime, Brandon Valley Lynx have the advantage 28-18 as they have a 10-point lead here at halftime. And I'll do some stat work, and here's Clayson Davis with the first half recap.
Yeah, looking at the first half recap, both teams really struggled to get anything going offensively. For Brandon Valley, it was Mock Mahan who had the scoring party early for Brandon Valley as he used his 6'3" length to really get stuff going. On the other end, it was Dylan Doran, the athletic specimen for Spearfish. He, I believe, led the Spartans in the first half in scoring, but as you saw in our Tropical Smoothie Sports replay on KDSJ-TV, Dylan Doran headed to the line. Also, Doran had himself a busy first half on the defensive side of the ball as well, as he forced a few steals. Also had quite a few rebounds, as it's been an absolute slugfest underneath, as both teams are really battling for the rebounds, as you see a block shot right there on KDSJ-TV. Ashar Hodges, he got scoring open for Spearfish with that long jumper for the Spartans. Ashar Hodges with 2 points, I believe. And then on the other side, it was the first three-pointer made. That was by Briggs Knudsen for Brandon Valley. That got the three-point party started for Brandon Valley. And then Spearfish, they really couldn't find any open looks from behind the arc. Inside, they've had a few points in the paint. Now on KDSJ-TV on that replay, it was Cameron Davis, and then the three-point scoring started for Spearfish with Dylan Doran, again, who added to his very successful night so far in scoring. And then again underneath, it's been blocks on both teams, as Mahan and Knudsen. Grant Hennon has got some big blocks for Brandon Valley, and then the bigs for Spearfish. That's the Cooper Gibbs, Ashar Hodges, and even Dylan Doran. Everyone's been going back and forth as far as rebounds-wise, as Cade Vavruska hit a big three in the first half as well. But main scorer for Brandon Valley, it's been Braden Miller, the senior guard. He has been doing most of the damage for the Lynx on the floor as far as scoring-wise, as Cody again will have the stats for everyone there. But this game has been very physical on the offensive and defensive boards. There's been a lot of blocks. There has been a lot of three-point shots, but a lot of teams trying to do most of their damage in the paint, as both teams are fast, athletic, and physical. And Brandon Valley has been the faster and more physical team here in the first half, as they have a 10-point lead at halftime, 28-18.
Brandon Valley Lynx ranked number 3 in the state. They led it after the first quarter, 15-12. They outscored Spearfish 13-6 in the second quarter to build up a 10-point lead here at halftime, 28-18. For Brandon Valley, 6 different guys scored, and they are led in scoring by Knudsen with 8 points unofficially. That's Briggs Knudsen, a junior guard, and he has 8 in the first half. And then Miller, Braden Miller, a senior guard, has 7. 5 points from Mahan, 4 points from Dowd. That was off the bench for the sophomore big. 2 points apiece from Delaney and Zur. I was expecting more out of Delaney. We'll see what happens in the second half. So 6 different guys scored for Brandon Valley. 3 made 3-pointers for Brandon Valley. They made 5 free throws. For Spearfish, they get 5 guys into the scoring column, led by Dylan Doran with 7 points, and then 5 points from Cade Vavruska. Let's double check that. No, he only has 2.
I thought he had. No, he should have 5.
I thought he made 2 3-pointers.
No, he made 1 3-pointer, and then he had a layup. So he should have 5. I believe the only 3-pointers made for Spearfish was Cade Vavruska and Dylan Doran.
Correct.
I tried to be.
This is unofficial. Thank you very much. Let's see. Gibbs with 2 points. Hodges with 2. Davis with 2. And that's it. No points from Benacortan. No points for Khan. And only 2 points from Cameron Davis. Who's going to be my player of the game? He better step it up. 7 points from Dylan Dorn. That's the huge for him. And Spearfish did make 3 3-pointers in the first half. I take that back. They made 2. 1 from Dylan Dorn and 1 from Cade Vavruska. And then no free throws made by Spearfish in the first half. So that is your stats. That took way longer than it needed right here on the Wolves Plummeted Heating Halftime Show. Being brought to you by Wolves right here in Spearfish. Call 605-642-5755 or see more at wolfph.com. Earlier tonight, Spartan girls lose to Brandon Valley 76-61. We'll run down the rest of your Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard in 30 seconds.
Whether you've lived here for years or if you're new to town, everyone wants to know the best place to buy a quality pre-owned car, truck, and SUV, or where to go to have your current ride kept in shape. Brandon Kemp here from Superior Auto Solutions in Spearfish. Need new tires? We got them, all major brands. Your brakes squeaking, or do you just hear something that's not quite right? We can help. Or maybe you're looking to upgrade to something a little more suitable. Well, you came to the right place. Superior Auto Solutions on Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish, or find us online at superiorautost.com.
And I am back here at the Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine broadcast booth. The other half of our core art and communications tonight is Clayson Davis over at KDSJ-TV, and he has the latest on the Junix scoreboard.
And looking at that Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard, right now at halftime, Brandon Valley leading Spearfish by 10, 28-18. Final from Central High School Howard Knott's gym. Rapid City Central beating Sturgis tonight, 58-35. It was Watertown over Yankton in a barn burner there in Watertown, 56-54. Arrows beat the Yankton basketball team. I was forgetting their mascot off the top of my head.
The Bucks.
The Bucks. How could I ever forget about the Bucks? T-Area, they took care of Sioux Falls Roosevelt 53-35. It was Washington over Jefferson 65-62. Number 1 Lincoln took care of a very good Huron team 71-61. It was Mitchell over Brookings 59-33. Harrisburg leading Douglas right now 40-21. As we look in Class A action, Custer beating Red Cloud 65-35. See what else we got going on here. No score from Upton and Hot Springs for the West River Tournament. Faith beats Newell tonight in the West River Tournament consolidation match 63-12. Newell improves on their 9-point performance from last night. Bennett County beats Phillip 53-43. Jones County over White River 40-37. New Underwood, they advanced to Rapid City in the West River Tournament Finals. They beat Moorcroft, Wyoming from Newell tonight 71-42. And Edgemont were so good today they didn't even have to step foot on a court, and they win as they beat Ulrichs via forfeit 2-0. As that's a look at your Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. We're back scoring here in Spearfish as we've got a bucket from the Spartans to kick off the third quarter.
That would be Dylan Doran, who is still wearing number 13. Did you say Newell had 9 points last night?
Yes.
Okay. We'll move on from that. 28-20. Spearfish gets a stop on the defensive end. Here is Doran. We'll get it off to Bennett Corton. Just getting started. Third quarter as everybody gets settled back into their seats. We haven't moved for like 3 hours or like 4 hours, it feels like.
Yeah, my knee keeps cramping and I keep moving it. Love the facilities they have up here in Spearfish. It's not tall person friendly at all.
And a long ways to the bathroom. There's an offensive foul called on Spearfish. It is. There's a lot of people here, and you have to navigate that and then get to the bathroom. So I just hold it. Might have a quick post-game show. 1 minute come by here in the third quarter.
As long as you start my vehicle while you're out there, I don't care.
28-20. Brandon Valley gets it into Mahan. He's scored the first buckets of each quarter so far. Not this time yet, as he missed that one. And now here's Corton.
I'm just interested to see who from Spearfish gets hot. It doesn't have to be from behind the arc. It could be down low, and it's hard to get hot when you're turning the ball over.
Here's a steal by Brandon Valley. They not only stole the basketball, but they score and a +1. I mentioned him in halftime being only 2 points. Delaney, and he gets the steal and the bucket. I'm still going with Cameron Davis to heat up here in the second half. Dylan and Vavruska can't do it themselves as Bennett Corton goes out of the ball game with his third personal foul. It is the second personal in the third quarter on the Spartans.
I don't think Corton's even scored a bucket yet either.
No, he hasn't. Not a single point. And the free throw is no good.
He normally averages 11 per game and is one of the leading scorers for the Spartans. In fact, he's second on the team in scoring behind Dylan Doran.
Here is Doran, almost dribbled it off his knee. Now goes to Cameron Davis. Davis over to Southern, getting some more minutes. He's deep underneath the basket. Here is Doran, and he almost lost the basketball. Down to 8 on the shot clock. He makes the extra pass to Cade Vavruska. That looked like it was drawn up for somehow. How ugly that possession was for Spearfish. We put some makeup on that one. It looks pretty good. Here's rebounded by Hodges. Hodges outlets it to Mason Southern. Southern points direction for Dylan Doran to go over to the wing. Good defense there by Brandon Valley to front him. The Lynx in the man-to-man defense. Here's Vavruska. Fadeaway shot left short. Hodges gets it back out to Cameron Davis, who hits the three-pointer.
And that is why Coach Schultz was so excited about Ashar Hodges joining the varsity ranks this season, because he's got some size for the Spartans that can grab rebounds, get second chance out possessions, and what was an empty possession turns into a big three by
at the other end,
Cameron Davis.
Mayan has a layup attempt, missed. He's missed a few of those tonight, but the Brandon Valley Lynx will keep the possession underneath their own basket after a foul called on.
I think they're going to catch Cade Vavruska with a hold.
His first, team foul number 3.
10-yard penalty, and we'll replay the down.
5:13 left to play here in the third. As Brandon Valley sets things up, they're going to go right back into Mayan, and he lays it up and in for 2. And now that was the second field goal of the quarter. He's had the first field goal the first 2 quarters. Here's Dylan. Outside, Vavruska for 3. No good. Rebounded by Hodges. Back outside, Dylan Dorn for 3. Too strong. Rebounded by Mayan.
Spearfish has been getting the looks they want. They are just having a hard time hitting from 3. But they've been able to get a few stops on defense.
Underneath, layup is no good by one of the bigs for Brandon Valley. And we have a carry called on Spearfish. A lot of basketball this weekend around the Black Hills in western South Dakota. We have 2 games tonight here, 2 games tomorrow afternoon. Sturgis is at Rapid City Central for a doubleheader tonight. Sturgis hosts Rapid City Stevens for a night doubleheader tomorrow. Harrisburg is at Douglas tonight. There's the West River Tournament taking place in Newell and Hot Springs. And there's the Jones County Invitational that's taking place out in Myrtle. If you like Class B boys basketball, that is always pretty fun to watch at the Harold Thune Auditorium. And the jumper is good by Delaney, his second field goal of this quarter, 34-25. Rumor has it in years past to get into that auditorium, it would be a line all the way around the gymnasium when they open up the doors. And the layup is good by Delaney. Well, that's 6 points for him, and it looks like Coach Schultz wants a timeout. He probably needs a hug as well. He'll get that timeout with 3:48 left to play in the third quarter. I thought with all these Spearfish Spartan fans leaving the gym that Brandon Valley would make more noise than they are right now, as they're outscoring Spearfish here in this third quarter, 8-7 right now. And we'll take that timeout as well. We'll be back in a minute on KDSJ Sports.
Make eating better, easy with Tropical Smoothie Cafe in Spearfish. Just because you're in a hurry doesn't mean you can't eat better. Made to order smoothies, wraps, sandwiches, and flatbreads that instantly boost your mood, all with delivery available. Plus, check out all the different flavors of smoothie bowls, salads, and even breakfast items. Located off I-90, exit 14 on Platinum Drive, just down the hill from the Holiday Inn. Eat well, live well at Tropical Smoothie Cafe in Spearfish.
Quality food at a fair price. That's what you expect, and that's what you'll get at the Millstone Family Restaurant in Spearfish. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or to grab a bite to eat before or after the game. Choose from daily specials, and a trip to the fresh soup and salad bar is always a hit. Plus, the Millstone can accommodate larger groups, like buses or your next meeting in their private party room. So, if it's just you and a friend or the whole team, get a great meal at a great price. The Millstone Family Restaurant in Spearfish.
And welcome back to the Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine broadcast booth. The Spearfish Spartans coming out of the timeout come up empty on their first possession. If you're just joining the Friday night party here in Spearfish tonight, I'm Cody Oliver, along with Clayson Davis over at KDSJ-TV. We are 980 AM, as always, for like 76 years. 103.5 FM. That comes in pretty nice here throughout the northern Black Hills and down I-90 a ways. Maybe you are more of an app person. We have that. KDSJ mobile app. We have the Listen Live stream, which is crystal clear at KDSJ980.com. And new this year, KDSJ-TV, where you can watch the game and see Mason Southern hit a jumper there.
That was actually Thomas Hughes in the game.
Well, yeah. Welcome to the Friday night party, Thomas Hughes, as he hit the jumper. And at the other end, Brandon Valley gets a shot inside by Mayan. And Spearfish sprints down the floor, but then they don't take the basketball with them. And here comes Brandon Valley to the other end, into the paint. Another 2 points. No, not this time, but the putback is up and good by Dowd. And now it's becoming the Brandon Valley Lynx show as they lead it by 13. 40-27. We'll learn more about KDSJ-TV here in a little bit as we'll let Clayson give props to it. And look at this, on cue. Let's send it over to Clayson Davis. Tell us more about KDSJ-TV.
While I'm doing that, you might need to go give Ben Schultz his hug. KDSJ-TV, again, it's our first basketball season here with KDSJ-TV, our brand new streaming service here on YouTube and also normally on Facebook, though Facebook has been giving us issues over the past few weeks, but hopefully that will be resolved here very soon. But you can find us on YouTube. You can watch all of our games for free with professional sports talkers like Cody and I giving you the action. Again, not just on the radio side. You'll hear the same audio from the radio side on the video side as well. So you get an all-in-one package right here on KDSJ-TV. We have highlights as well, not just of sports, but also just different events as well. I know this summer we did a bunch of Sturgis rally events. If you weren't able to make the rally, show you some of the stuff that we missed out on. We did basketball, we did volleyball, we're doing football, and you can rewatch everything on our YouTube channel free of charge, again, here on KDSJ-TV.
Even some wrestling this winter as Dylan Doran lays it up and in for two. And check out a nice video package that Clayson put together this past summer. Outdoor wrestling at the Outlaw Square that the Lead Dead Gold Diggers had. That was pretty fun. Here's a dunk by Mayan. He has 13 points. He took it all the way in for the slam and a 13-point lead for the Lynx.
Then on the other side, they're going to catch Brandon Valley's Lincoln. You don't have to help me with the name.
Me? I have, what am I looking at?
22.
McInerney. Lincoln McInerney.
My grammar was not grammaring.
He is a freshman guard at 6 foot. Thanks to some more of our sponsors. When you get a chance, we'll thank them as well. We got a lot of new ones here for 2025 as Spearfish turns the ball over. Thanks to Olson Fuels, Olson Propane over in the Buffalo area. Pipeline Plastics is on board, thanks to Tropical Smoothie Cafe right here in Spearfish. Every time I just say it, I want to go get a wrap.
Yeah,
and
no,
a
a smoothie sounds really good right now, even though it's about -3 wind chill right now.
Thanks to Beauty Electric, they're on board here for 2025 because they know the station with the most sports is right here at KDSJ. And the team with the most points right now, unfortunately, is Brandon Valley as they get another backdoor layup by Zur. They lead it by 15, 44-29 as the defense is turned into offense for the Lynx. Here's Dorn into the paint. Ooh, trying to pass it off to Gibbs, a little bit too hot to handle, and it goes out of bounds. So thanks to all of those sponsors that are just coming on board. Maybe they don't get into our ad rotation as much in the breaks, so we say thanks to them all by themselves. Granite Automotive, and probably a few others that I missed, but thanks to them. Alley-oop time, slam dunk by Mayan, and the Brandon Valley Lynx pouring it on here in the third quarter as they've outscored Spearfish 18-9.
Yeah, Brandon Valley, we saw Spearfish go in the 2-3, and right now the defense by Briggs Knudsen is too much for Mason Southern and Spearfish to handle right now.
Coming into the game for Brandon Valley will be Dulaney. Dulaney checks in for McInerney. We'll have more basketball tomorrow. College hoops from Durango, Colorado. What a lovely town. Home of Fort Lewis College,
which has been known to be an RMAC conference powerhouse in basketball.
Black Hill State will be there tomorrow. What a long road trip to Las Vegas, New Mexico, and then Durango, Colorado. Cade Vavruska from long range. He hits the three-pointer.
A much-needed three-pointer, mind you, for Spearfish, as it was, I think, a 8-point scoring run, 8-0 scoring run for Brandon Valley. That just got shut down from that Cade Vavruska three-pointer, and now head coach Craig Nelson will want to call a timeout.
And speaking of that, we'll have 30 seconds to say thanks to some more of our sponsors, including Low Roofing, also Proline Equipment Rental in Bellefouche. Thanks to the Millstone Family Restaurant, the host site of the From the Bench podcast each Wednesday, which you can check out archived the latest show featuring Spearfish boys basketball coach Ben Schultz, also Butte County Equipment, and the Auto Doctor right here in Spearfish. Speaking of tomorrow, again, as far as we know, the games are still on down in Durango, Colorado. Black Hill State at Fort Lewis. Women at 1. The men will play at 3. And then we hope they have safe travels home. And also tomorrow, right here, Clayson Davis will be back on KDSJ-TV. Video-only broadcast on our YouTube channel, since we'll have two things going on at once. In the past, we weren't able to do that. But now, with the TV platform, you can be around your computer or TV set and watch tomorrow. Girls game about 2 tomorrow?
I thought it was 1. I'll make sure I'll check on that, but somewhere in the early afternoon.
A doubleheader as the Harrisburg Tigers will be in town. Spearfish throws that ball away. 2.7 seconds left in this third quarter. That has not gone well for Spearfish.
I think that was Brandon Valley who was on offense that converted the turnover.
Thank you. 3 on the way. No good. And that is the end of the third quarter. See, we're just going to forget about this whole third quarter, come back in the 1 minute and have the fourth quarter as the Lynx lead the Spartans 46-32. We'll be back in a minute.
Drive it on to victory with the Granite Home Team at Granite Automotive. Making all the right moves and scoring points for a better customer experience is a true team effort. From sales to finance, showroom to service, every Granite Home Team member has a role to play and a job to perform to make sure your next buying experience is your best buying experience. Enthusiastically on your side. Drive Granite. Go team. Go Granite. Buick, Nissan, GMC. Rapid City. Click drivegranite.com.
For nearly 50 years, Low Roofing Incorporated has been the trusted name in commercial roofing across western South Dakota and eastern Wyoming. Family owned and operated since 1975, they bring quality craftsmanship and reliable service to every project, big or small. From repairs to new installations, Low Roofing Incorporated covers it all. Protect your business with the experts who care and products that last. Call 1-800-658-4543. Low Roofing Incorporated, building a legacy of trust, one roof at a time.
This
And welcome back here to the Spearfish High School gym. Probably the only basketball game going on in South Dakota right now.
We'll see if that is indeed the case as we look at our Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. Class A action. The only other game going on in AA, that's Harrisburg beating up on Douglas. As the last score update we had there was 40-21. Tigers up on the Patriots. And next break, we will talk about the West River tournament and preview the Jones County tournament. It's also coming up this weekend as well, or that's going on this weekend as well.
Spearfish will get the ball back early on fourth quarter, down 46-32. Yes, held to 32 points getting into this fourth quarter. Spearfish coming off a game where they scored in the 60s to get a win over Hill City. They come into this game 6-0, but a pretty soft schedule overall for Spearfish in the first quarter of the season. And this weekend going up against two top 5 teams. Here's Wawruska downtown, no good. Hodges gets another rebound. He gets it off to Wawruska, who finds Dylan Doran open for 3, no good. The lid is on the basket for a while here.
It's been pretty much on the basket for the entire night for Spearfish, other than that first quarter. Nothing has fallen from long range for Spearfish.
Mark down my stats here. That fourth quarter. Well, we get it back out to Bennett Corton, over to Wawruska. Find a Hodges underneath. Back outside, make a pass to Corton. Corton running the baseline. Extra pass out to Southern, making this defense work with 10 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Wawruska's shot no good. Thought he was fouled. He was shoved down, but the officials say play on. In that third quarter, 18 points for Brandon Valley, 14 for Spearfish. 46-32 is currently where we stand still here in the fourth quarter. Here is Mayan. He's had a couple of dunks, including a nice alley-oop. Back behind the arc. They feed it back into him. He puts up the shot, no good. And it's rebounded by Doran. He doesn't sit very much. The big guy for Brandon Valley. A lot of their guys play plenty of minutes. Dylan Doran has to play a lot of minutes as well. Bennett Corton was in a little bit of foul trouble earlier. Here's Wawruska, goes over to Southern, and that pass is intercepted. Threw it right to him. And we will have a timeout. It's a full timeout variety, and that will give us a chance to check out tonight's Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard as we go around the Black Hills region and some other Class AA games tonight. May not have much of a post-game show is what I'm saying tonight with the cold temperatures, and I need to get to Deadwood, which is scary enough. So let's go over to Clayson Davis with more.
Yeah, looking at the scoreboard, see what's going on here. New Underwood will advance to the ice arena there in Rapid City as they beat Moorcroft tonight 71-42. No score update from Upton Hot Springs. If I was a betting man, I believe it would be Upton, Wyoming taking on New Underwood for that final. The Jones County tournament also happening as well as some action here tonight. Stanley County beats Crazy Horse to advance to the finals. Lineman beating Kadoka area, I believe. Yep, Lineman beating, Kadoka area beating Lineman. Read the scoreboard. 63-39, so it'll be Stanley County and Kadoka area for the winner of the Jones County tournament.
Usually White River has dominated that tournament for a lot of years, but White River is down this year, so maybe makes that tournament a little bit wide open. the West River tournament, it's usually Faith, the girls and boys, but both of those programs are down this year. So Faith girls still might get to the championship, but the Faith boys already got beat last night. And they're now playing the 7th and 8th place games tomorrow there at the Ice Arena. They're only going to play 5th place on up, boys and girls, with the action beginning at around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Three-pointer is no good. Rebound here by Corton. The girls' championship at about 3:30 p.m. tomorrow, and the boys' championship of the West River tournament at about 5 from the Ice Arena at the Monument in Rapid City. And Bennett Corton had the ball go out of his hands, and it'll be Brandon Valley's basketball.
It's now Spearfish having to put on a full court man defense as a quick knock of the ball away from Bennett Corton, away from Delaney, but it'll stay here with Brandon Valley with 5:17 left to go in the game. We have another Thomas Hughes sighting for Spearfish. I think he's in there for some speed and athleticism. Going up against Knudsen. Should be a good battle over there. And see if Spearfish can get a steal and start to put on a run.
Brandon Valley up by 14 points, but we've seen Spearfish make runs down by double digits, make things interesting. Brandon Valley, this possession, using a lot of clock, down to 5 seconds on the shot clock. And it'll be an offensive foul called on Spearfish or on Brandon Valley. So turnover there.
There's been a lot of fouls this game, really. That was just the second foul of the entire fourth quarter, and we're about halfway done with the fourth quarter.
Spearfish with no fouls this quarter. As there is Corton getting it past the Spartan logo at half court. Now over to Cade Vavruska. Brandon Valley doing a nice job of just swatting the balls away, whether on the dribble or up in the air. And Coach Ben Schultz will call a timeout for the Spearfish Spartans. We'll take it as well. We'll be back in 60 seconds right here on KDSJ Sports.
American Colloid, a minerals technologies company, is not only part of the community we live in, they are the community. Bentonite clay, mined right here in our own backyard near Belfouche in Colony, Wyoming, provides a contributing factor to this area's economic success. This unique product has a huge range of uses, from the main component in cat litter to health and beauty products, pharmaceuticals, and more. It's all produced right here in all of our community. American Colloid Company, working together, winning together.
Marks the 50th anniversary of Pillin Optical. Since 1974, Pillin has dedicated its business to serving the community with quality eye care at a great price. The inventory has grown, giving you the widest selection of frames while maintaining the best prices for your family eye care needs. Your family is special, and Pillin Optical wants you to enjoy every minute clearly with them. After all, at Pillin Optical, quality eye care and customer service is the most important thing next to your sight. Pillin Optical, family owned for 50 years, 409 Kansas City Street.
Bennett Corton gets the ball in for the Spearfish Spartans coming out of the timeout. Three-pointer Cameron Davis, no good. And then battle for the rebound goes to the Brandon Valley Lynx, the third-ranked team in the state in Class AA boys basketball. Coming into this game 5-1, going up against the 6-0 Spearfish Spartans. But Brandon Valley has led it after one, 15-12. Going up against a triple team there. The shot is no good, but a foul. Brandon Valley led it by 10 points at halftime, 28-18. They stretched that out to a 14-point lead after three quarters. And do I have it right? Nobody has scored here in the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
Well, that's ugly.
Well, nope, even now.
My Mayan usually has the first points of every quarter, and he couldn't make the layup. Yeah. It was 46-32 after three, and here we are still 46-34 as Spartans score. Well, that took long enough. Down by 12 now, and the bucket by Vavruska.
That was actually Bennett Corton. That was his first bucket of the night as well.
I always want to give points to Vevruska. Corton, I thought he fouled out. Now he has 2 points.
Nope, he has 4 fouls, but he has 2 points to go in the stat book.
Here is Brandon Valley trying to get their first points of the quarter, and they do. And that is by Dowd. He's had a lot of points in the paint.
He has.
48-34, Spartans down by 14. Now's a good time for a comeback. Three-pointer by Doran is no good. And it goes over top of the backboard, so that would be a violation. And Brandon Valley will get it back. Spearfish going to put on the full-court press. Out there is, see if I can get these names right now. Davis, we have Hughes, Doran, Vavruska, and Corton. That's your 5. Not quite our starting 5 with Vavruska in there and Hughes in there.
Yeah, Spearfish with an all-small lineup. They're going to have Dylan Dorn guard the 5, which is Dowd. Again, he was at a field day the second half.
Dowd has it, feeds it inside to Mann, and he puts the shot up, and he'll be fouled in the process of shooting, so 2 free throws coming up for him. Again, join us tomorrow, however you want to do it, radio or KDSJ-TV. We have women's and men's college basketball on the radio side of things, starting at about 12:40 with the Jake's Collision Repair countdown to tip-off from Durango, Colorado. Black Hill State at Fort Lewis. 1 o'clock for the women, 3 o'clock for the men. And then over on KDSJ-TV, Clayson Davis will have the coverage here of the Spearfish versus Harrisburg games. And we won't give you an exact time. It's going to be sometime in the afternoon. They may move the games up due to the weather, as the second free throw is no good. And then Delaney, right place, right time, lays it up and in for 2. And as we saw tonight, the sub-varsity games may go longer, as we ended up being an hour late tonight for the boys varsity game. So just check out Facebook for more details. Clayson Davis will have other things updated for you on KDSJ-TV on our YouTube channel. So if you want to follow the Spartans tomorrow, that is your best way here on KDSJ-TV. Let's see, 51-36. Spearfish down by 15. Let's see, they've scored 18 points in the second half. Let's see if we can add to it. Here's Cameron Davis. Layup, missed it. Put back, good. Bennett Corton has scored 4 points in the fourth quarter. Before that, he had nothing. He'll get credited for a rebound and 2 points. We'll be back for more of the fourth quarter next here on KDSJ Sports.
For over 10 years, Allied Construction has been a trusted name in the Black Hills, providing top-quality construction services to our local community. We take pride in being a local business with deep roots in the area. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, you can trust us to deliver exceptional results on every project. Our team is dedicated to providing personalized service, ensuring your project gets the attention and expertise it deserves.
Check out their website today. Click alliedconstruction.com or find them on Facebook. It's not one, but 2 great locations in Spearfish to gas up and get what you need on the go. Exit 8 and Exit 14 Speedy Marts offer everything you need so you can get in and get out and get back on the road. Find your favorite snacks and a cold drink, or maybe something fresh from the kitchen or in the cold case. It's all homemade right here. And Exit 8 and Exit 14 offers top-tier fuels from Phillips 66, so you get the most from your transportation. Exit 8 and 14 Speedy Marts in Spearfish. Right off the road, right on the money.
Welcome back, folks. 51-38, Spearfish down by 13. A whole lot of defensive pressure, I think, is coming up here for Spearfish as Dylan Doran puts up the shot, and it will be a blocking foul called on Mann of the Brandon Valley Lynx. Spearfish down by 13. And with the clock stopped here at 2:15 left to play fourth quarter, some chance is here to get some more points. Dylan Doran at the line. He has, let's see,
I think 11 points, now make that 12.
Let's see if we can get a baker's dozen. He started wearing number 1, as he usually does, but then that got bloodied up. And now he's moved to number 13. Second free throw is good, so he now has 13 points. 51-40, Spartans down by 11.
Now Mason Southern exits the game. Thomas Hughes back in the game for a little more defensive pressure.
Be interesting to see tomorrow's matchup. Harrisburg probably didn't have to use all their weapons tonight and probably were able to rest a lot of players against Douglas. Spearfish has been in a battle for the opening minute of this one against Brandon Valley. So Harrisburg comes in number 4 in the state. And that will be a foul called on Spearfish.
It'll be Doran's third.
Earlier tonight, girls basketball. Number 3, Brandon Valley defeated number 5, Spearfish, 76-61. Let's see, 26 from Padgett led the way for the Lady Lynx. 19 from Maya Kachun to get our superior performance in our player of the game. And you can join us at the conclusion of tonight's broadcast for the boys' superior performer. Brought to you by Superior Auto Solutions. I was wondering when Hughes was going to get called for a foul here. He was playing really close on the ball handler, and that will be a foul on Hughes. That'll be his first, team foul number 4. Maybe they're trying to get into the bonus and send Brandon Valley to the line. Brandon Valley throws it in. There's your 5th foul on Spearfish, so they will send the Lynx to the charity stripe. As we say thanks to some more of our sponsors this evening, Exit 14 and Exit 8, Phillips 66. Also thanks to the Gold Dust and Maverick Steakhouse on Main Street in Deadwood, and Minerals Technologies, American Colloid Company. Miller at the free throw line, and he misses the first one. What else can we get in here? Tune in to KDSJ tomorrow morning. Clayson Davis will have more of our sports coverage at the bottom of each hour throughout the morning before he heads over here.
Yep, staying updated each Saturday morning with our little Saturday morning show on KDSJ Radio.
Second free throw good by Miller. And then that will bring Brandon Valley into a full court press. 90 seconds left to play. Spearfish breaks it. Now goes to Cameron Davis. On a bounce, last touch by Brandon Valley. Mason Southern's in there. Vavruska off the bench. Then you have Corton, Dylan Doran, and Cameron Davis. Three-pointer on the way is good for Mason Southern.
It's probably their first three-pointer since the second quarter.
Southern gets his first points of the evening. Leading scorer so far is Vavruska with 12. Well, no, and then let's see. Dylan Doran has 13. Another timeout here taken by the,
I think it's the Lynx.
Gonna call a timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds on KDSJ Sports.
What is it that makes you powerful? It's not only having a voice, but knowing that it's heard loud and clear. We understand knowledge can change your life, and that energy will continue to power it. And because you're part of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we're always listening. Because you're more than just a customer, you're a member. And what's more powerful than that?
Powder River Energy, serving Northeast Wyoming since 1946.
A lot of land comes with a lot of work. The new Kubota.
Back here at the Spearfish High School gym, as we have Brandon Valley with the basketball right at 1 minute left to go here in the game. Brandon Valley up by 9, 52-43. We're going to play the free throw game here. And Brandon Valley is going to try to keep it into a double-digit lead, while Spearfish wants to have these missed free throws and try to make some threes at the other end. Remember, if you missed any of the action, you can hear every game anytime. Just look for the podcast at KDSJ980.com and the video archives, including last week's overtime win over Hill City. You can see those and view our live and archived broadcast and subscribe to KDSJ-TV on YouTube. Three-pointer by Southern, no good. Rebounded by Mayan. He hits the floor, and it's going to be a jump ball. So our possession arrow will point to Spearfish. KDSJ980.com with your broadcast schedule, listen live link, this week's basketball rankings, latest scoreboards, and all the archived interviews and broadcasts right there online. Here's Dylan Doran passing it over to Southern. Southern hits the side of the backboard.
I feel like that's been a snapshot of the basketball being shot for Spearfish tonight. Nothing has fallen ever since the second quarter.
They did hit 4 threes in the game, 2 in the first half, 2 here in the second half. Dylan Doran picks up his 4th personal foul. Spearfish was down by 3 at the end of the first quarter. They were down by 10 at halftime. They were down by 14 after 3 quarters, and they are down by 10 now. But time is of the essence here, as the first free throw is good by Knudsen, and it is back up to an 11-point lead for Brandon Valley with only 41 seconds left to play. The Lynx going to make this road trip worth it to beginning things on this Friday as they come all the way across the state and going to get a doubleheader sweep. Here is Vavruska for 3. Nope. That goes out of bounds. Caught by head coach of the girls basketball team, Dakota Johnson. And Spearfish will keep it.
I believe so. I think it went off of a rebounder down underneath. But now I think Brandon Valley getting some subs into the game with 32 seconds left to go in the game, holding on to a 12-point lead. Spearfish about needs to catch, shoot, foul, and repeat that about 4 times.
Here's the first time. Three-pointer by Corton is no good. He's had 4 points tonight, 13 points from Dylan Doran, 12 points from Vavruska, 5 points from Davis. A quiet night for Haroon Khan, no points for him tonight. Gibbs with 2, Hughes with 2, and Southern with 2. Spearfish didn't handle the pressure very well tonight, and a lot of points in the paint for Brandon Valley, as the first free throw is no good, and a line change comes in here for Spearfish. It's always good to get the kids in the game, but worth it at 26 seconds left to go.
Well, I don't think we'll see as many fouls the rest of the game. As into the game now for Spearfish. Lineup goes like this: Mason Southern, Carson Sire, Thomas Hughes, Tucker Olson in the game for the first time, and also Cooper Gibbs. As the shot clock's turned off, 20 seconds left to go. Mason Southern three-pointer misses everything. Rebound, Olson blocked. Cooper Gibbs put back, no good. Battle for the rebound, controlled by Brandon Valley. Shot clock turned off, and I believe that will do it.
The Lynx will improve to 6-1 on the season, while Spearfish will suffer their first loss of the year and go to 6-1 on the season. Brandon Valley Lynx get the doubleheader sweep tonight. 55-43 is your final score on the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. The final of the girls' game, Brandon Valley won it 76-61. We'll have your post-game show coming up next as we try to wrap things up before 10 o'clock. We'll be back right after these on KDSJ Sports.
X Series has a lot to offer, including the versatility to mow, move hay bales, grade roads, and clear brush and snow. An optional spacious cab to keep you comfortable in any conditions. A front-end loader with excellent loader lift capacity, hydrostatic or gear transmission options, and affordably priced. Visit your local Kubota dealer today. See Butte County Equipment, located on U.S. Highway 212, Belfouche, or go online to automotivecompanync.com. Jake's Collision Repair has built their reputation by offering the highest quality, guaranteed repairs in the area. Satisfied customers return again and again for everything from collision repair to custom paint, glass and windshield, and the best hail repair in the region. They're preferred by most insurance companies and work with all of them. Jake's Collision Repair of Spearfish and Sturgis. Give them a Google today for the best repair on your vehicle, guaranteed.
Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is everywhere you need us to be. On the sidelines, supporting our local athletes, at our clinic locations throughout the region, and at our Ortho Express walk-in clinic when you don't have time to wait. We're here when you need us, working as a team to make your comeback stronger than ever. Getting stronger, getting better, getting you back to your best self. The life of an athlete has its uncertainties, wins and losses, injury and recovery. In the Black Hills area, athletes can always count on Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, here for whatever moves you.
Do-it-yourself made easy with help from Proline Equipment Rentals in Belle Fourche. Whether you're a full-fledged contractor or just taking care of some jobs around your home, Proline has the equipment you need. Lifts for any job, like scissor lifts, boom lifts, and man lifts. Skid steers, trenchers, backhoes, and more. Step inside to find smaller tools for do-it-yourself projects like concrete work, painting, sewer repair, and more. Call 723-7677. Click ProlineEquipmentRentals.com or stop by off North Highway 85 in Belle Fourche today.
Well, the Spartans lose both games tonight to the Brandon Valley Lynx, as here in the boys contest, Brandon Valley gets the win 55-43. A couple games that Spearfish has not played at their best. Last week, going to overtime against Hill City and winning, but tonight they averaged 60 points per game, held to 43 this evening. Brandon Valley Lynx get the victory 55-43 in the boys contest. They win the girls game as well, 76-61. And it's time now for our Superior Performance and our Player of the Game, being brought to you by Superior Auto Solutions in Spearfish. Call 605-642-9111 or see their inventory online at superiораutosd.com.
Dylan Dorn wearing the number 13 here tonight after his number 1 jersey got a little bloody, but number 13 version of Dylan Dorn gets our Player of the Game as he led Spearfish in scoring tonight. Also was big in the defensive glass and offensive glass as well, as he had his hands full today with the bigs of Brandon Valley, and really no other better player to give this award to this contest than the do-it-all man-child that's just getting better and better every single time we see him. That's Dylan Doran, getting our Superior Performer of the Game, being brought to you by Superior Auto Solutions in Spearfish. His name is now on the ballot for January, as you can still vote for December's Player of the Month on our website, KDSJ-980.com, as the winner of that contest will be our Superior Performer of the Month, and Superior Auto Solutions will donate $100 to the school's athletic fund.
Brandon Valley led at 15-12 after the first quarter. They were up 28-18 at halftime, led at 46-32 after 3 quarters, and they win it 55-43. Spearfish did outscore them in the fourth quarter. Spearfish lost to this squad in the Sodak 16 last year, and they come around and lose again here at home as Brandon Valley improves to 6-1. They'll be at Douglas tomorrow afternoon. The Spearfish Spartans dropped to 6-1. They'll try to salvage the weekend tomorrow when they host the 4th-ranked Harrisburg Tigers. That'll be live on KDSJ-TV tomorrow afternoon at around 3:30 p.m. While that's going on, you can catch KDSJ Radio's coverage of Black Hill State at Fort Lewis in an RMAC doubleheader with the women's game at 1 and the men's game at 3 p.m. tomorrow. It's all here on KDSJ Sports. Thanks for joining us once again. Follow more of our coverage on our website, KDSJ980.com. Big thanks to all of our sponsors bringing you a double dip from the Spearfish High School gym. Thanks to the athletic staff here for setting us up at the Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine broadcast booth. For Clayson Davis, I'm Cody Oliver. Have a great rest of your weekend and be safe.